Hello everyone, my name is Liza Spirit and welcome to my YouTube channel, the channel where I talk about personal growth, development, spirituality, share different techniques, meditation practices, spiritual practices with you, and where I give monthly tarot forecasts and advice. And if you're interested in all of those topics, don't forget to click that subscribe button to watch more videos. Today in this video, what we're going to talk about, we are going to talk about neurographic art, or what we also call neurographics. What is it? Let me show how it looks. Maybe visually you'll understand better. So some of my works of neurographic art, you can look at them from different angles, but that's what we are going to do together with you today. So that's why before continue watching this video, please prepare all the materials. You can take what we will need. We will need a piece of paper. I would recommend taking two, maybe another one just for analyzing, for reflection, if you have some thoughts coming in, so you could put them on another separate piece of paper. But we need another one, the separate one where we can actually draw. Then we will need a marker. I have this Sharpie. We actually would need a bigger one. I need to make big lines. If you look at that drawing, you can see this black massive lines. So I need this type of marker. And we will need a black ink pen. My camera is not in focus today. Oh no, it got it. It's working. And the last thing what we are going to need today are our pencils, crayons, if you have. The more, the better, and I will explain why. But before you continue watching, as I said, prepare all your tools. What we're gonna do today, I will share the technique with you in general. How do we do and how do we draw the neurographic art? And the technique today is what you can use in order to put all the negative emotions and feelings out. If you are having a lot of negative thoughts right now, if you're struggling right now, if you have, maybe you're angry, you're frustrated about something that happened recently, we will work on it and we will try to fix it. And so we can help ourselves to get out of this negative state. That's the goal of today's video. That's the goal of our today's neurographic art. Using neurographics, we can actually work on different problems. We can work in our health related problems. We can work in our relationships. We can work for business, for career. For example, I did one of the neurographics. I can show it to you. This one. And this one I did in order to attract more clients. All of those circles are different clients. And what qualities am I missing that I'm not attracting those clients? What do I need to work on in order to get those clients? So neurographics can help us with that. And where's the name is coming from? Neurons. You know, sometimes when you look at all of those drawings, they actually remind me personally of our brain and also neurons. And that's the whole idea. We use the neurographics to put whatever's inside our subconscious mind. We can put it out on paper so we feel maybe released from different emotions, from different feelings, from different struggles, whatever we are going through right now in life. But today's video, as I said, we will start working on something that is troubling you. If you are going through, I don't know, this day before watching this video, something happened. You got in a conflict, you got into an argument, and you have this tension inside of you. So try to think right now, is there anything that is bothering you? Is there anything right now inside of you that causes you tension? Maybe you have a pain in your body, somewhere in your back, in your neck, in your legs. If you have that tension inside of you, our goal today is to release this tension and to fix it and to calm it down, you know? So how can we let it go? How we can work on it, how we can live through it, acknowledge it, and how we can manage it. In general, this neurographic art, this exercise which we're going to do, it will help us to manage all of this so we don't keep it all inside of us. You know what happens? Sometimes we keep it all inside of us, but this technique will help us to actually release it all. Okay? if you're ready, if you have all the tools, I will switch my camera and we will start drawing together. All right, so if you are ready, we are going to start here. Once again, what you will need, couple pieces of paper, then you will need a black marker. I have a Sharpie here, black ink pen, and I have my pencils here. And I said that actually having a variety of different colors, the more we have, the better it is. Why? It's just sometimes when we have a lot of different colors, we can, because how do we pick the color when we draw? We do it subconsciously. Sometimes I even ask to close your eyes and pick a color, because what happens when we pick different colors, we start thinking, or I right now painted this in green, and green looks nice in a contrast with red, so I'm gonna use red, and we want to avoid that. As I said, neurographic art is work with our subconscious mind, and it's not about having different contrast, and it's not about how these two colors will look together. Just let it go. Do not think about it. Or if you actually think about it, we can notice, okay, what's going on inside of my brain? What am I thinking? Am I trying to make it perfect? Am I trying to find nicely looking colors together, or what's going on? So whatever is going to happen during today's session, during today's video, while we are drawing all of this, you just acknowledge it. Don't analyze it. You just acknowledge it, okay? Interesting. I see it. I get it. That's why when you look at my colors and my pencils, they're all mixed up. Also on purpose, because sometimes I know like, okay, this is all blue area, this is all purple area, orange area. And sometimes I don't pick the color subconsciously. I start actually like I close my eyes and I already know which color is where. So I pick it on purpose. And again, we want to avoid that, because just let it go with the flow, how your body feels, how your subconscious mind feels. Every color has its meaning, and it's going to be different for everyone. And the neurographic art will look completely different for everyone. So do not compare if it's pretty, not pretty, especially if it's the first time you're doing it. Our goal is not to make it look pretty. Our goal is to, again, let it all go, whatever is inside of us, and let go of the emotions and feelings and whatever tension we have inside of our body. Okay, so let's do some prep work before we start. I want you to think about, if you don't know what you want to work on today, I want you to start thinking what's happening inside of you. Like, how do you feel? Maybe did you get into a conflict with somebody? If you got in a conflict, then with who? Why? What troubles you? How do you feel? And I want you to pause here for now and answer all these questions. If you, like, if we go about here, who, what I want to say here, it doesn't have to be another person. It can be a conflict with yourself, right? Maybe you got in a conflict, maybe it's myself. Maybe, why? Because I'm struggling finding whatever I'm doing in life. I'm struggling completing tasks. I'm getting frustrated with myself. I'm trying to make everything perfect. Or maybe I'm not confident enough. I am not making enough actions. Or maybe I'm complaining too much and I'm getting frustrated with myself about it. Maybe I'm struggling taking responsibilities and I'm first frustrated. Here, how do you feel? Maybe let's say about responsibilities, right? Example. Taking all the responsibilities here. What troubles you? Because I cannot take the responsibilities. I struggle with completing my tasks. My relationships struggle. My relationships at work struggle. My self-esteem maybe struggle as well, because I don't complete the tasks. I'm not taking responsibilities. And I think that I cannot do anything in this life. I cannot finish any projects. And how do I feel? I feel frustrated. Maybe I feel angry. Maybe I feel sad as well, because that bothers me and it makes me sad that I'm not succeeding, I'm struggling with that. Maybe it makes me mad. I'm going mad and I'm going crazy about all of this. So you can try to think how you feel. If you cannot express in words, it's totally okay. That's why we're gonna do the art today. But I want you to see and identify and pick one problem, one conflict we are going to work on today. If you have more in life, you can do it later. Just try to pick right now the most important one, the one which bothers you, the one that brings you anxiety, the one or something that brings you anxiety. Maybe you have a conflict with yourself. Why? What troubles you? Maybe you lost a job and this troubles you. And how do you feel? You write it all down because of this. And we want to work on this. We want to work on how you feel, right? And we are working on the conflict. So we're not taking positive situations here that you feel happy and satisfied with everything. We're taking the negative situations which are happening right now in your life. So this is a little bit of prep work, just analyzing, and maybe you can even close your eyes right now and try to think, okay, what am I picking? What topic? What I'm going to work on? So try to think about it. Try to acknowledge again, pick, okay, make sure that, okay, this is what I'm picking. This is what I'm going to work on today. This is how I feel, and try to feel actually right now all of this inside of you. And I will explain you why, because we get rid of this piece of paper, just put it somewhere next to you because you can see what it is. You can always get back to it and you can see, okay, that's what I'm doing. That's what I want to let go. That's how I want to remove all the tension in my body. Okay. And then we're going to start our drawing. The first thing what you're going to do is, without thinking, I want you to express. I want you to put it all out on paper, how you feel. You feel angry, you feel frustrated, you feel anxious, you hate everything. Let's just put it all out on paper. It can be anything, okay? I just want you to make one figure, whatever you feel. You can look how I'm gonna do it before you start doing it, but that's how, example, I'm taking my situation as well and I'm gonna draw it together with you, and that's how I feel. That's me. And that's my case. That's how I feel right now. And I want to put it all out on paper. That's what's happening inside of me. My anger, my frustration, my sadness inside of me, my anxiety, my depression. This is what I feel. You just put it all out. Okay? And once you put it all out, we will try to soften the situation using our neurographics. I'll just take this piece of paper back to show you how we're gonna do it and what is neurographic lines. So right now we will draw different lines. A neurographic line, it is not a straight line like this. Just try to relax your head, and there is no straight line here. Could be here. Maybe it will suddenly go up. And all neurographic lines, we take them out of our piece of paper, out of space. Some neurographic lines, maybe you'll start drawing them and you'll realize that they cross, and that's fine. They can cross. Maybe I will draw another one, right? Maybe it decides to go here. No idea why, but it's just gonna go here. So more like a wavy line, so not straight lines that we go here and here, not like this. We are not doing that. We are relaxing our hand and we go out of space. Okay? That's how we do our neurographic line. So right now, I want you to start putting all the lines. I want you to start. We start from outside. And we put all these lines going through this figure. Because we want to balance it, right? We want to find peace with whatever is happening inside of us. There is no limit in how many lines you can draw. For now, we just need to draw. Pay attention how you feel inside. Is this thing inside is troubling you or not? The whole idea what we need to do right now, and make sure that this figure, it's not that evident when we look at the picture, when we look at our piece of paper. We want to make sure that it blends with the whole drawing. That's why draw as many lines as you need. Just seeing that, okay, it blends with my whole drawing. And just look, what do these lines mean to you? Is it hard for you to draw these lines when you pass through the figure? How do you feel? Because sometimes what happens is we start avoiding the figure. We start going around it. Like, for example, I finally got in. As you could see, I've been going around. I didn't want to get in. I put a couple lines, but that was challenging for me. Finally. And I feel like I can pay attention to how is my body going. What do I feel? I feel like I'm becoming more calm. Before that, I used to have some tension around my throat, that I couldn't talk, couldn't express different things. Now I feel like I have more freedom in my situation while I'm drawing all of these lines. Maybe I'll do a couple more, because the more we draw, the more work we have to do, right? Okay, so those ones are all my lines. Probably I want to do something here as well. Okay, so when we look at our figure, try to find the ends. We want to avoid these sharp ends. We want to finish them all. So if your figure has this sort of ends or sharp ends, like for example this one here, I want to get out of it as well. This one I had, and just see if you had any others. Like, I feel like for me that's probably it. And we start our work. What we're gonna do is, as you saw, we are softening everything. We are rounding everything. We're avoiding all of the straight lines or anything. So what we do right now is all the corners, all this intersection, I would say all these intersections we have, we will have to round them. And how do we round them? We just literally go and round them. All these intersections, the places where our lines cross. The whole idea of neurographic art right now is to avoid all sharp endings, all these corners. If you want to add more, draw more. Sometimes the bigger we do, the better it is. But we want to avoid all these corners, all these intersections. So it's gonna maybe take some time. For in my case, probably I have a lot, and we gotta make sure that actually all of them around it, everything that we have. So start doing it together, and while you are doing it, also just try to pay attention what's happening inside of you. How are you feeling? How's your body feeling? Maybe you start paying attention to what is the position of your body right now. Maybe your arms are crossed, your legs are crossed. If your legs are crossed, maybe there is still some tension inside of you and something is bothering you. I just realized while I was putting this corner rounding this intersection, one of my legs, left feet, it was pointing up for some reasons. Only here, when I decided to draw it here, started pointing it up. Why? No idea why. When we talk about neurographics, we just pay attention to it. We don't give any names to whatever is happening. We don't start over analyzing. We just acknowledge it. We see, okay, this is interesting. For now, we don't want to make any conclusions. We don't want to make any assumptions about anything. We just want to see, okay, I see it. This is what's happening inside of me. How am I feeling? Sometimes when we start drawing, we cannot do that. We want to stop right away, and because this problem, it bothers us too much that we cannot even work on it. It's hard for us to round it. You see, I'm still going around my figure. If you pay attention, I'm still working on my lines. I'm kind of going around and around my figure. I still haven't started rounding it inside. And I just acknowledge it. I don't give any reasoning for it. I don't start thinking why and try to find the answers right away. I just acknowledge it. And inside the figures, probably there will be a lot of rounding. Personally, for me, maybe for you it will be different. And once you're done, you see, I missed one of the endings. Okay, put another line. So when you draw, when you round, you can find some of those things. For example, that maybe you missed a line, maybe you missed some corners, some intersections. And sometimes when we start drawing, we start thinking like, okay, what does it look like? For now, in this practice, we don't say how it looks, what it reminds us. This is not the goal. The goal is to let it all go. That's the goal. You see, I, for example, right now went again away from my figure. And what situation did I take? I took, for example, also one of the conflicts which just happened with me today. And maybe because it's brand new, it's fresh, I don't want to go through it. I don't want to experience it. And again, I'm just seeing this. I'm analyzing this, acknowledging this. But neurographic art is a great tool to let it all go. Sometimes we can draw smaller pictures, smaller paintings. And there's no limit, for example, for this corner which I just made. You have to make them small. We want to properly round them. All these corners in our painting or in our drawing. Sometimes I know some people are getting frustrated to round this. So you can just ask yourself, okay, why? I don't want to round things up. Do I like being frustrated? Maybe, or this feeling inside of me is so strong that I'm struggling letting it go, right? So try to observe it, and you can just, this piece of paper which we took, you can write some notes of how you feel, the position of your body. Feel free to do that. Feel free to get back to it and to reflect later on once we're done. As I said, right now we are just rounding all of these corners. But to release all of our feelings and emotions, we do need to do that. Do not keep all the feelings and emotions inside of you. It's not gonna do any good to your emotional health, your mental health, but your physical health as well. Because our body, whatever, if you know how, for example, holistic medicine works, that all different emotions, they affect different organs in our body. So that's why by keeping it all inside of you, you are disbalancing your whole system, your whole body, your immune system, different organs in your body, the way they work. For example, our liver is responsible for negative feelings and emotions. And if we keep it all inside of us in general, whatever we are going through, the energy flow struggles, the body flow struggles. So sometimes that's why we have some tension in our body, because we need to release it. We need to release different emotions and feelings inside of us. Maybe you've been angry with somebody for such a long time, and your body is screaming about that. It's telling you like, okay, you gotta work on it. You gotta let it all go. And you just don't want, or maybe it's hard for you. So neurographic art helps us with that. Helps us to put it all out and see how our body starts feeling about it all. Like, look at that area. I have a lot to work on. Sometimes I look at myself, I'm like also noticing that I'm getting sometimes frustrated, like, oh, why did I draw that figure? Why did I do that? Now I have a lot of work to do, and you become like lazy. You don't want to do that. But again, okay, I see it, and I just said to myself, okay, interesting, I see this, I will maybe get back to this after I'm done with my drawing. After I'm done with this today's practice. How's your body doing right now? I see that I still have tension. My left leg, my left feet is still pointing up. Just want to know why. What is my body trying to tell me? Okay, I see, I acknowledge it and say how interesting it is. Started drawing this figure. Started seeing that, started having some pain in my chest. So I can just try thinking and ask myself why. Okay, what is going on with my body right now? My heartbeat racing. Okay. Right in the moment I got into this figure. I was fine when I was drawing outside, but I have more tension. Even in my left hand, you see, like I started having a lot of tension. So this is, you can see how my body reacting to this problem and how there is a lot to release inside of me. Even my left hand started shaking. You see, this is an interesting observations we can make around our body and how our body processes all that we go through. Because different conflicts, they affect a lot, as I said. Sometimes you wonder why I don't have energy, why I wake up feeling tired. And I always say like, okay, did you have an inside conflict? Maybe did you have a conflict with somebody outside? And it's something that's troubling you, or is there something that is troubling you in your body? That's how your body shows it. If something troubles you on your mental level, your body will show it all as well. Your body is a sign that, okay, something is wrong. I gotta work on it. I have some work to do, right? So we wanna listen to our body more, because our body knows sometimes better than we are, than our brain. Our body will show it all to us. Okay. How are you doing right now? Share in the comments. How are you feeling? These different stages of your drawing. So our main goal right now is to round all of these intersections, and probably I will speed up this video because I have a lot to round here. All right, so I'm done with rounding all my corners, all my intersections. And the next thing what we are going to do, if you forgot something, if you right now don't notice, if there is something you were supposed to round to make softer and you did not, it's totally okay. You can always double check later on, maybe once we are going to color this and once we're gonna build more lines, we're gonna add more lines to this. But now what I want you to do, the next step is we need to color. So again, as I said, you can close your eyes and you can just randomly pick the color. No idea why. You see, I was choosing between these two and I picked this color and I start coloring any spaces I want. There is a rule when it comes to coloring. We have to color minimum 2 same pieces together. So I cannot just color, let's say, this big piece and the leaf and that's it. We need to color minimum 2. So if I color this one For example, next to it, this one next to it, or maybe this one next to it, or this, or this, or this. So at least 2 pieces need to be of the same color. There's no limit of how many pieces of the same color you can have, but we need to have at least 2 pieces of the same color. I'll probably go and take this one as well. Right now we don't want to think, we don't want to add any explanations to why are we coloring using this color right now. No explanation. Why is this 2 pieces? No explanations. Do they remind us something? No explanations. No. What we do, we just color. Just turn off your brain here and we just color. Probably I want to do this one too. We can leave some blank spaces. We don't have to color every single piece in our image, in our drawing. We can have some white spots as well. And you can add as many colors as you want. I want to add this one too. You see, I originally started here. I did not plan that I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here. Just go with the flow. And that's what I want you to do. I just want you to trust yourself, trust the process, and just go and paint. And I'll do this one as well. This one here looks like an arrow, a heart. If you look from this side, looks like a heart. But I see it, I don't know what it looks like heart. Cool. Great. Amazing. I just acknowledge it. Maybe I'll do this all sync in blue, and maybe this one's too. Just decided, or maybe now I decided I want to finish this one. It's arrow, looks like arrow pointing somewhere. Okay. And this one. Maybe for you, you already changed the color. Maybe for you, you decided enough for the first color. But now I'm thinking, okay, do I want to add this color anywhere else? Yes, I want it here. And see, I'm just painting, I'm just coloring it. And again, we're paying attention to our emotions and our feelings and our body. How did you feel when you finished rounding all the corners, softening all the corners? Do you feel better or not? How are you feeling right now? Now you are coloring. Are you feeling better or not? I want to do this 3 pieces and blue as well. Maybe I'll move to another color. If you are picking another color, again, don't look, because what happens sometimes we're like, okay, blue looks nice with orange, or blue, I already did the blue, maybe I'll do dark blue. Nope, we are avoiding all of this. And you know what? We can mix the colors as well. We don't have to color one piece with the same pencil. It can be a mix of different ones. Right? So now I'm thinking, do I want anything else in blue? Yes, I do. Just trying to think, what does the blue mean to me? For me, blue is about calmness. Blue, it is about patience. And you see, I'm sort of coloring my figure inside in this color. So maybe I have to learn how to be patient. Maybe I gotta learn how to keep my cool and stay calm, right? So what is this color for you? Interesting how like I have these two endings, right? It just like looks like it's symmetrical. But again, I just pay attention to this. I don't want to make any conclusions. I'm just paying attention to this. Paying attention to the colors, paying attention to the things. So I want to do this one blue too. Okay. I think I'm done with the blue. Nope. My hand said, my body said 2 more. And what's interesting, I'm paying attention to my body right now, and I crossed my legs. I didn't sit in this position before, and now I crossed my legs. You see, I can do that too. 2 or more pieces need to be together. Okay, I think I'm done with this color. Well, when it comes to drawings, let me pick. I'll close my eyes. No idea where colors are. This one, yeah. That's what I got. I wanted orange. My brain wanted orange because I love contrasts and I love everything. But nope, we will go with purple. Oh, it's kind of not really purple. It's pinkish purplish. And this practice, it helps us to release all the different feelings, as I said, and emotions inside of us. For example, this purple. I'll call it purple because I don't know how I can call this color. What is this color for me? For me, just first thought which is coming to your mind, okay? For me, my first thought that came to my mind, it's about seeing things sharply and clearly. And at that situation, that conflict that happened, I did not. And I didn't have enough of clear vision. That's what I lack. And I feel like I don't need to work on it. What it is for you? Purple, this purple. Do I want it anywhere else? Yes, I do. And I want to do 2 big pieces. What's this pieces? You see, I need a lot of it. I need a lot of this in my life. Looks like I need to work on this because I want to color all of this in this color. And sometimes, as I said, you don't have to paint the whole pieces in this color. What I'm thinking right now, maybe I want to do like a gradient. Why not? I will just try something. Maybe this area will be darker. And this area is a more light purple. Maybe for you it's gonna be something different. Right? The way you draw it, there are no limits. How you draw, how you paint, how you color, all of this, no limits. All the limitations are inside of you, inside your brain, and we are, the whole idea, we are getting rid of them. I don't know why I don't want to make it this area bright purple. I just don't feel it. I want to do it like this. Why not? Maybe for you it's different. Okay, do I want this color anywhere else? I'm trying to think. I want it somewhere here too. I don't know why, but I just wanted to go here as well. And I want to, like, I have a feeling that I want to add one more color. And I feel like I don't want to add any other colors. I don't know why. I feel like I'm done with these two colors. I really want to add yellow. I want something bright. And yellow can bring, for me it's something very positive, bright energy. I want to color this whole area in this color. And I want it here in the corner as well. And always, maybe right now, what I always do with my drawings, sometimes I just stop like here for now, like painting and coloring. And then I put the drawing around me somewhere in space. And I just come back to it in like during the day. If I see like, okay, I want to add more. I want to add more lines maybe sometimes. I want to add more colors. You can definitely do that. But I feel like I am, for now, I want to add it here. And I think this space, and that's probably it for me. So you can continue coloring. If you still want to add more, go ahead and do it. Are you feeling maybe tired, frustrated, or are you truly enjoying the process of letting it all go? How are you? How I'm asking this question so often, it's just, it's good to acknowledge how we feel and observe how we feel. We have a self-observation practice. If you haven't watched it on my channel, I do have a whole video about it. And self-observation practice helps us to acknowledge what we actually feeling right now. What are we going through? What did we do? What did we say? How did we feel? And through self-observation practice, we can find a lot of answers inside of us while we are going through different things or events in our life. How we are supposed to reflect on it. How did I feel around these people? How did I react to this and this? So self-observation practice can help us find a lot of different answers about us and our feelings and our emotions and our actions as well. So I'm gonna pause here. I think I'm done with coloring. As I said, we can have some blank spaces, and I know that I will get back to it later on, because if you look at my other examples, like the previous ones I had more color. With this one I had a lot of different colors as well. I'm just showing you different styles, how they can look, the drawings So you can see, like, you don't necessarily need to color whole different pieces. Like for example here, and you see here, it's completely different one. I mixed different colors. You can see blue, green, and orange all together. So that could work too. However you want, however you feel, do not limit yourself, okay? And I want to pause here for now. And the next step, step number 3, what we're gonna do is we will have to take our marker and we will put 3 lines. What are those 3 lines? 3 lines, maybe they're gonna mean something different to you. If you want to put more than 3, you can do that as well. They're gonna be big 3 lines. We are fixating this drawing, we are fixating this picture, we are balancing our figure. Maybe 1 line, let's do it together, it's going to be harmony for us. We also do it from outside, and we do it from one side to another side, okay? Through all drawing, we gotta put it somewhere on a different side. And this line, since we're talking about conflict, let's do harmony. This is inside harmony. We put it through our figure. Sometimes, as you could see, in my case, like some of the lines, they overlapped with the previous one, so that's okay. Another line, what is going to be for you? The first one was harmony. Second one, I had patience, that I gotta be patient and calm. Maybe for me, it's gonna be patience and being calm. Maybe for you, it's gonna be something different. It can be yours. And they can cross these 2 lines. And maybe I will do one more. What do I want to bring to the situation? I'm trying to think, so you can pause as well and think what could be for you as well. What trait, what quality, positive you want to add to your life, you want to add to this situation. I want to add some wisdom. I want to be wise. I want to have some wisdom in everything that happens to me, seeing the lessons, seeing why it was given to me, and not judging anybody, not blaming anybody, just being grateful for everything. So we made those lines, and you know what we're gonna do? You already know the answer. We will have to ground them as well, all of them. Let's see where they had some intersections with my another lines. I usually like to take one line, follow it, so you don't lose any intersections. And then here will be a little bit messy for me because I already have a lot going on here. So we are adding more. We are putting this harmony. I think that was that line, if I'm not wrong. So we're adding this harmony. We're balancing it out with our figure inside. So whatever happens, if something like this happens again, we already know how to deal with this. If this conflict, if this situation happens again, we know how to go through all these struggles, all these emotions, how to let them go, how to express ourselves, and what qualities do we need to go through this. So we already got all the experience, and if this happens again, It's not gonna break us. We will stay strong. We will get our experience. We'll learn and move on. It's easier to round and soften these big ones because they're big. It's easier to see them. It's easier to navigate around them. Alright, it goes here, and I did everything here. So that was my last line, right? I think that was my wisdom. And it's interesting that I think my wisdom, it crossed both of my previous lines. So wisdom is everywhere, and you gotta be wisdom and wise. You gotta have wisdom and be wise in order to stay patient and be calm and have inside harmony. Looks like wisdom is a key for everything. To my case, could be something different for you, but you can just observe and see what is it for you. Did any of the lines overlap? What about intersections? How about these big fixating lines? Did they cross, one of your lines crossed another one? There's something interesting to observe, right? So we're just observing. We're almost done, and there will be one more last thing to do before our work is completely done. Let me check. I think I did it all here. I think I'm done. If I missed something, again, as I told you, so it's okay. We can always get back to this. And the last thing what we're gonna do is we have to put our figure, and we're gonna put circle. This is the last circle. That's the last figure which fixes everything. Like we wanna fixate it. We don't wanna go around. We wanna fix it. We wanna add again this circle to soften everything. And I'm thinking I will put it. It can be anywhere for you. It can be maybe even 2 circles, but it's a figure fixate. That's mine. I'll make it thinner. You can make it bigger as well, because that's the main figure that fixating everything and balances everything. Last, you know what we're gonna do? You already know. We are again softening all the edges. And this is almost our final look. As I said, I'll maybe in a couple of days go around and add maybe more colors. You can do it too. So don't think this is completely done, but if you think it's completely done, that's good. But if you feel like you will go around and you feel like, oh, I want to add something else, you can definitely do that. Maybe you decide that you want to add another circle to fix the situation, to fix this conflict, right? But technically, we're almost done. That's our art. That's what we have. Some edges here. If you see, if for example some of this and you want to make them more like circle, oval shape, you can definitely do that. There is no limit in terms of how round it should be. There's no limit in this. If you want to make it super round, good. The key point, don't make it so small. Like for example, sometimes what happens, let's say we want to make it round and we just like cut it. And that's it. No, we actually have even more. We now have even more corners to work on. So if you round well all the edges, all the corners, you want to make sure that there is nothing more that can take us out if this happens again. That we worked this conflict and our body is feeling healed as well by all of this. All right, I think I'm close to the end. A couple more, but I just noticed that my right feet is still pointing up. I'm not stepping straight. I feel like I'm almost, once I'm done with rounding and softening all the edges, my body feels better. I don't have a pain anymore in my chest. I don't have pain anymore in my back. I had something inside of me. My heartbeat is fine. My left hand is more relaxed. For sure, you've seen how it was before that. But that's technically it. So that's our final result. As I said, maybe going around I will double check how it also looks, because I'm a little bit, while I'm filming, a little bit further from my drawing just to record this for you. So I'll just, once I'm done this recording, I will double check if I soften all the edges, round them, can look like this, maybe from this angle, right? Like, what is it for you? So if you just did this drawing and painting with me watching this video, you can share them on your socials, you can send them to me. I would be amazed and I would be happy to see what your paintings look like. How did you feel after doing this practice? So, and thank you everyone for watching. I feel you feel more relieved. I feel like you let it all go. You feel more calm, you're patient. We had some harmony right inside of us. We all built this line, and let's just hope that it's gonna be like this, and if some of the situations which are going to happen again, you already know how to handle them. You already know what kind of traits or things you are missing. So, but that was it for today. Let me know how was it for you, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your week.